Well, hello everybody. We are back. There's three of us. We've been here. Mike is back.
Yeah.
After what? You missed a week?
Yeah,
Just
1
a
week.
1 week. Rick's here. I'm here, and this is episode number 271. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching us live on Twitch, and if you're not, thank you for listening to us elsewhere on podcast services around the globe.
That's fine.
It is. Let's see. Okay, so today, for anyone watching, it is 1 o'clock, 1:04.
Yeah.
California time, Pacific
It's
time.
90 fucking
On a
degrees.
Saturday. It's hot as shit. So, like we always say, we will go live. We will let you know. Just follow us on all of our social media. But we are live on Twitch, and if you're like I said, if you're with us in the chat, thank you very much. If you missed us, then you know that you can find us over on someshitwelike.com, and the podcast, the audio version of it, will be up usually 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. And then if you don't want to fucking listen and you want to see our faces, then you could start watching clips Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all at noon, with a second one at 6 o'clock on Thursday. And then you'll get the whole fucking show on Friday, and sometimes you get a little bit extra Monday morning craziness if Rick feels like it, or if we give you some content.
Saucy.
You might get another video on Monday. So, you know the spiel, and that's the deal. Tell me, boys, how do you feel?
My favorite part about the show every week when you do that is Rick sits there like this.
It's like class.
And then every once in a while he'll go.
Yep. Class is in session.
Yeah.
It's like it's just started and he's waiting for me to give assignments.
Yeah.
What the first one is. Alright, when's nap time? Oh, Cheesy's in the chat. Hi, Cheesy. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
And Fox Pixar is in the chat. Thank you. And yeah, so that's who's watching us in chat. You could be watching us in chat too, if you find us on a Saturday. So, what's up, everybody? Boys?
Not much. I'm tired. I stayed up late.
Me too. I was up until 3:30 this morning.
Or are you hunting skunks?
Yeah, that, and stayed up watching, binging Cobra Kai.
Right. Be nice if I could binge watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, if only.
You know?
If only.
Month of free YouTube bread.
Just saying. But
Well,
yeah.
you see, you know what could happen though? You sign up for a month of free YouTube Red, and you might be like somebody that I know and forget to cancel it, and the next thing you know, you're paying for Hulu for the following month, and so friends don't let friends pay for YouTube Red.
If I do the free sub, I'll let you know.
All right, thank you very much, sir. They
Uh,
always.
You said you weren't interested in Cobra Kai anyway, though.
No, I'm not.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't
he
really care.
wasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I could use YouTube Red for other things. Big Red, YouTube Red, red shirt.
Why is the color red associated with me?
I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
I don't
get
it.
I don't get
Ryan
it.
says it.
Maybe we should ask Ryan, but not on the show, and then we'll
Yeah.
relay his response here.
Yeah.
So what you been up to, Bryce?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know. Whenever I get asked that, I never have a good answer, and then I think about it later, and I could have known. What have I been up to? Nothing, anything fancy this week.
Okay.
No, just living.
Were you up late last night too?
No. I mean, I don't know. Late to most people,
Yeah.
not late to me. I think only until about 1.
Okay.
I was tired.
That's not bad. Yeah, I figured you were asleep because when I fucking sent you the first message of like, this battle sucks.
Yeah. Normally I'd be awake. This week, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't slept the greatest this week, so I've kind of been crashing out, like just falling asleep.
Yeah.
I never put myself to bed. And what happens is I just end up fucking losing to the couch, and then I'm like, all right, and then I wake up and then go to sleep.
Story of your life, man.
Yeah.
As long as I've known you, you
Yeah.
refuse to go to bed when you're tired.
Yeah.
And you end up falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And then pissed at yourself
So-
for not going to bed.
Right. So it's been that way most of this week, but I think I got a decent amount of sleep last night.
Very
So-
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, shall we get into it?
Sure, yeah.
Start the
let's-
show.
Let's do Do it.
So,
3, 2, 1.
Do it. Still need to see it.
did
I
you watch
know.
it?
No,
Or
I haven't seen
Oh,
part 2
okay. I
yet.
thought you might have
No.
watched it.
No, I haven't been back to the theater yet. So
Yeah.
it's all right. I'll get out there. I'll see it eventually.
You're still AMC stubs, right?
Yeah, actually, I got to renew it.
You should renew it because I'm sure you got the mail, and I think they've done this before, but Tuesdays is $5 if you're a Stubbs
Yeah.
member,
Yeah, I
all
saw
day
that.
long, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Nice.
It's not bad.
Any
at all.
movie, so I think that's cool.
Well, I'm sure, except for like IMAX and 3D.
Well, there'll be additional costs for that, but I just mean like
Oh,
it's
gotcha,
got
okay.
nothing to do with like how old the movie. Like you
Did
could have
you-
seen Avengers on Tuesday for $5.
Did you guys talk about Movie Pass changing where you can only see a movie once? Thing?
No, but they actually undid
Did
that.
they undo that? Okay, I
Well,
hadn't
no.
seen.
Well, you still can't watch the same movie twice.
Right.
But they cut off the unlimited,
Okay.
made it only to 4 movies, but people, I guess they got too much backlash, so now they undid that
Oh, okay. So what do
Yeah.
they say? 4 movies per what?
per month.
Per month? Okay.
Which is still not bad either.
No, that's not bad at all, but it sucks. Like, it's almost better to roll that shit out and like start super limited and expand over the course of your, lifespan, because when you come out with like, remember we talked about this with Hulu, because Hulu was a fucking completely free service at first.
That's true. Yeah, it was.
Everything was free, archived content, everything was free. And then if you
Yeah.
wanted a premium subscription, you get a premium subscription. But then they changed it to where like, okay, you can only watch. Now everything is paid on Hulu, but it started as a free thing, so they're doing like what MoviePass did. It's like, here's the keys to the kingdom. You can even use the executive washroom, and then like, oh no, you got to use the porta potty out front now. Like that's kind of what. It's hard to do that as like a service. You kind of have to give them limited range of abilities, and then if you're gonna give more throughout your lifespan, and then you can justify raising your price
They
along.
kind of went backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it would make more sense like that, I guess.
Two movies a month for $10 a month. Like
And
if they would have
4
started there, and then
unlimited.
like, oh, okay, if you want to give us $15 a month, you can watch 2 movies a week. If you want to give us $20 a month, you got like it'd have been a lot easier to roll it out that way rather than, like I said, give you the keys to the executive washroom and then make me shit in the porta potty.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I said you say executive washroom, and it reminds me of the when I worked in Irvine. One of the buildings I worked on, we had a penthouse
Oh,
section.
really? Nice.
And I had access to the freight elevator, so anytime I had to use the bathroom, I'd go up to the executive washroom.
Was it nicer?
It was much nicer.
I just always remember that episode of The Simpsons where they take away his executive washroom privileges.
I don't remember.
You remember that one? They give Homer executive washroom privileges and then they take it away.
Kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we talked about this like on the show. That stuff that Bryant now has to put up with now. He sent me this today. That this just happened. to
Oh,
him.
so yeah, he got part of the
I
beta.
guess explain if we didn't talk about it.
So yeah, we didn't talk about that. So I have Movie Pass, and apparently there's this beta going around to some people where now you have to upload your last movies, the last stub you saw.
Uh-huh.
Like let's say you went to go see Avengers: Infinity War, right? You
Right.
gotta save that ticket stub and upload that to Movie Pass in order to go see your next movie. So because apparently I guess there's like people have been cheating the system somehow. They're like checking into movies and getting I think
points, right?
getting points from like
Rewards
Regals
programs,
or like
yeah.
anyone that gets kind of like points like that.
Yeah, rewards points. Okay.
And yeah, so and like there's a podcast I listen to, Daily Tech News Show, and they talked about someone wrote in the past saying that he worked like right next to a movie theater, so like if he would check in, not see the movie, but gain points from a Regal or whatever it was.
Oh, so now they're trying to stop that.
So I think that's probably what they're trying to do, because
Okay.
to keep their partnership at least good with a few theaters.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what's the main reason for it, but
I mean,
um,
you get free movie pass tickets, free snacks, free this with the rewards program.
but you're already
so.
getting like free movies, too, so like
But
I guess you could get free
People
food.
are shit faces. Have you learned nothing about the world, Rick? People are
they
complete
are.
and utter fuckheads. I don't know. I watched original Super Troopers recently, so I'm
There you go. Getting yourself prepared.
been using a lot of those lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bryant got picked for that beta
Okay.
thing. I didn't.
Okay.
So I got lucky. I
Yeah.
think probably because I see more of the obscure movies
Yeah.
that they usually promote. through Movie Pass, because that's really like movies buy like advertisements for Movie Pass, so Movie Pass can push. Then hey, go see Tully or go see I don't know, some other movie.
That's the thing I'm gonna wonder now is how is that affecting box office numbers?
Well, they're still getting paid.
Yeah, but they're not getting paid as much. There's no way they can be. There's no way.
Yeah, the whole business model is still kind of in the air. I know they're losing. I know Movie Pass is losing money.
Yeah, but so will movies. I know movies are still making, like, big movies are still making the big money, but, like, how are they recouping? Like, how are they counting that? That's what I want to know. It's like when a game goes free on PlayStation Plus, it's like, well, how is that developer making enough money to counteract what they had to pay to develop the game, you know?
Get really deep into that. And
like, I'm not complaining about PlayStation Plus. I love the service, and I guess Xbox and the games with gold stuff, they've been doing really awesome games with games with gold also, but it's and they're doing older games, but like when a brand new game comes out, like when Rocket League came out on PlayStation 4, it was the day it came out, it was a free game on PlayStation Plus. And after that month, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it, and you have to pay the $20 or whatever, and that's fine, but like, and that game kept selling.
Don't they get like a part or a share for
well,
that monthly
subscription? They get something from Sony. They get money of some type from Sony to put their game on that service. But it's one of those things where, like, when you're a game like Rocket League, an independent developer, how do you weigh the risk? It's like, okay, they're gonna pay us this much, and it might not pay us back for our DLC development on the game, but hopefully the game picks up traction and becomes huge. Luckily for Rocket League, it became fucking gigantic. And not only did it end up selling a shitload of copies for actual money on PS4, when it came out on PC, it sold like 10 million copies on Steam. And now that it's on Switch, it's sold a shitload of copies on Switch. And it's funny because people who got the game for free, like me, I ended up buying like $15 worth of DLC because I felt like I wanted to give them money anyway. And other people have went off and like, well, I got it for free on PlayStation, but I have a couple of friends that I don't get to play with unless it's by chance with the PlayStation PC crossplay. So I'll just get it on PC. It's only $15, and then like, oh man, it'd be nice to have this on the go. I'm gonna get it on Switch. Like, so there's people that probably bought it twice, even though they got it for free once on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know that they're offering also like an iHeartRadio subscription for like free for 3 months or something like that.
Like, how
Which is
are
kind
they
of
making
stupid.
any kind of money?
So because they partnered with them, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But I guess we'll kind of see what happens with Movie Pass, to be honest, because I don't know how long they're gonna last.
And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I think that's actually that's the one thing I don't mind is them saying, okay, you can only see a movie once. Because I
can understand that.
People want to see Avengers 10 times. Like, okay, you can. The first hit's for free, bitch. The next time you gotta pay. And I'm okay with that. I think that's a way to keep Movie Pass relevant, as well as helping the studios continue making money. And like, you're gonna, studios don't need to make any more money. Yeah, they do. If you want them to make movies, they have to make money.
They got to make their money back somehow.
So yeah, that's the reason I wondered if you had talked about it at all or not.
No, we haven't. It's probably the most we have talked about it now.
Okay.
Next topic. So news or trailers?
Fuck you, Cheesy. Fuck you. I'm on my phone because I keep seeing Danger Mouse. Like, why is that guy talking about Danger Mouse so much? What's the deal? Is there a trailer?
I thought it was recent, but
what's happening?
It came out in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's like we talk about.
That's why I was
stuff.
looking.
Okay.
And Mike's face isn't totally freshly shaved.
No. So you know what's really fucked up? So I always talk about this, and people think I'm bullshitting. I shaved clean, not this past Thursday, like 10 days ago Thursday, and this is all that's there.
That's funny. That's like the next day for me.
Yeah.
2 days later.
It takes me 5 days to get a 5 o'clock shadow, and that's not an exaggeration. That's just my facial hair grows slowly. And the only reason this happened is because I fucked up and tried to trim my beard while I was tired. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I do.
And then you end up saying, fuck it, I haven't used a razor in a long time on my face. Let me do that.
Yeah.
We went to a baby shower 2 days later, and everybody's like, whoa! And I was like, I know. I fucking know. I look even weirder without the little bit of facial hair I do get. So this dude, somebody was talking about Danger Mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I thought something.
I
had
thought it was
happened.
recent,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
not
you
recent.
want to talk about recent music? Royce da 5'9" put a new album out yesterday called The Book of Ryan. And there's a song called Caterpillar featuring Eminem. And did you listen to the new album? The
I've
Eminem
only
album?
heard some of it, and
It's bad.
Yeah.
Rick, you heard some of the new stuff, right?
I couldn't get past like the first
It's
5 songs.
bad.
Yeah.
Guess what? This track with Royce da 5'9" is fucking amazing. And I'm like, yo, quit trying to manufacture your own comebacks and just keep doing this. Because his verse on the song Caterpillar with Royce da 5'9" off the Book of Ryan is fucking amazing. Check that album out. The whole
For sure.
album's good. I'm a big fan of Royce da 5'9" anyway. So there's some new music.
There you go.
Um,
But was he? I don't know if he was talking about music or the cartoon.
Well, I mean, DJ Mouse is also
Yeah.
music, so.
yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we can get on to the regular show.
So let's jump into news then. Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay.
It's coming to Netflix.
Which we've known. The new
Which we've
show.
known.
New thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's officially called
Isn't it just called Sabrina?
the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina,
Okay.
which is the same title I believe of the comic book.
Right. Okay.
And the creator already posted a set photo of
Which
Sabrina playing.
I think that's what revealed the title.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be coming out soon
That's the title because the show is going to be a direct adaptation
from
of the comic
Okay.
series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Okay.
Rick and I are excited about it just because we both, well, he hasn't watched much of it, but what he has seen, Riverdale. It's from the same guy, and it's kind of like, I know that you hate this, but it's like a darker,
Dark and gritty,
I guess.
guys.
version.
I wouldn't say it's not what you think though. I wouldn't say
It's
to
the
that extreme.
Twilightification
No,
of everything.
I wouldn't say it's that. But, yeah.
Like Teen Wolf was, like fucking, yeah. Okay.
So, anyways, we're excited about it.
Yeah, we're excited about the
I'll give it a shot. I gave Riverdale a shot. Didn't like
Yeah.
it. I'll give this a shot.
So yeah, the plot details were released right here. So it's on the eve of her 16th birthday. The young sorceress. You read it, Bryce. You're better at reading.
On the eve of her 16th birthday, the young sorceress Sabrina Spellman finds herself at a crossroads, having to choose between an unearthly destiny and her mortal boyfriend Harvey. But a foe from her family's past has arrived in Greendale, Madam Satan, and she has her own deadly agenda. So it's kind of a spin-off, as this article puts it, of the dark-ish Archie-inspired Riverdale.
The comic book that came out, I think, last year, right?
What?
Like that?
For what?
The Chilling Adventures. That one came out last year, right? Or 2
I don't
years
know, is
ago.
it that new? I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
It's fucking
I
hot.
read the first. Yeah, I know it's really hot. I read the first 3 pages of the comic book, and I liked it.
Oh,
I
did you?
didn't buy it, but I liked it. But I think I might actually buy it. I saw it. I was at work. I was scrolling through Comixology, which Amazon now owns, right?
Yep.
And they give you like the first 3 pages, or sometimes first 5 pages free. So I'm looking through it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you know what? I'll read the first 3 pages, see if I like it.
It's funny. It's usually 10%. Even because even with books, they give you like 10% of the file or whatever to read. But yeah.
So I read the first 3 pages, and the last page hooked me. So
Okay.
I probably might get it. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the show because I like the whole witchcraft and dark stuff like this. So kind of reminds me of Buffy.
I'll give it a shot.
So Buffy, being all witches and warlocks and shit like that. So
And like the fact that it's not like, hey guys, this is a reboot. It's like, hey, this is based on something different. That's been different. So
this is
if you like that,
new
you'll
comic.
like this.
Yeah.
So they got out they got out in front and were like, hey, this is not gonna be a remake or anything of the original TV show or whatever. This is its own thing based on its own thing. So I'm more willing to give this a shot and be less skeptical and impress me about it, like we talked about,
Yeah.
Did you watch, by any chance, the Melissa Joan Hart one?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
I love that show.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that like a TGIF staple for a while?
For a couple years, yeah.
Yeah.
For a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't like, once they went to college, I thought it went downhill, but I liked it.
No.
Did that show die with TGIF, or did that show eventually move over to CW?
No, it died.
No, it died.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So
died.
that was
and
always
then they started
TGIF.
showing the reruns of it.
Yeah, okay,
on,
that's what it was.
WB, which is now CW.
Yeah.
So I had to throw that out there because
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I read
interested.
Yeah, I read the first few pages and I enjoyed it. So,
That's cool.
And God, she looks just like the comic book version.
Oh,
of
really?
it. Yeah,
Cool.
a lot. They dressed her up just like her. Which I probably should throw this on screen. But yeah, there she is.
There you go.
That's her in her director's chair.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm always skeptical about rehashes and reboots and remakes and reimaginings even of things.
Yeah, I am too.
So
What pulled me in about this was that, your favorite, but I was just like, oh, I think that's kind of cool. A horror, sort of dark
yeah.
Sabrina. Like, I'm all about that. And they said, like, with taking inspiration from, like, Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist,
that's
I'm like,
what
I'm
it
fucking,
was too, yeah.
I'm all about that. Like, I will definitely check that out. Plus, it's going to be on Netflix, so really, they kind of have they can kind of do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all about it. So who knows? She might fucking masturbate with a crucifix. I'm just sorry I went there. Anyways, next story, please. It's fucking hot.
All right. Trailers.
Not that hot.
I'm
You're freaking out.
already
You're
dying.
freaking out.
I'm in between both of you. I'm getting both of your warmth.
Oh, what'd you do, babe?
All right. So we got a trailer for Castle Rock that Bryce you put in the notes.
Right. So you remember we talked about this show before, right? Or do
Yeah.
you not remember?
No.
This is.
I
You
thought
don't
Castle
remember?
Rock was a production company.
No. Well,
It is.
yeah.
But that's
Is that what it's called? Anyways, we talked about this. Remember, it's J.J. Abrams and Stephen King.
I don't remember.
Well, we definitely talked about it.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be an anthology series, so kind of like American Horror Story. Every season will be different.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
We had absolutely talked about this. And
Okay.
and Rick was excited about it. And this is the
of course
first.
he was.
this is the-
J.J. Lanebrums.
This is the teaser trailer.
All
So,
right, let's go.
all right. We got Mr. Positive over here.
Can you hear it?
I fear for this place.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a theory how it started. About Castle Rock's original sin. Was it the Puritans who settled here? Or was it the mills, where we grew rich by scraping God's earth until it bled? Was that when he turned his back on this town?
Oh my god.
Whenever it began, whoever's sin we're paying for, we're trapped in a cycle that stretches back centuries. There's blood in every backyard, inside every house. People say it wasn't me, it was this place. And the thing is, they're right.
So yeah, that was the first teaser trailer, and we talked about this on the show before, so I just figured we'd watch it, and yeah, from what I understand, it's gonna work a lot like American Horror Story. Like the cast will change, the
Story.
story's gonna change every season.
Yeah, from the trailer, I can't even tell really what the story is about.
Well, it's a teaser, so I think they're just giving you an idea, and it comes out in July, so we'll
I
see.
think they're setting the tone.
It seems a little Silent Hill-ish, a little Alan Wake-ish, if you've ever played Alan Wake on Xbox 360.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see that Silent Hill vibe.
Kind of Twin Peaksy here or there a little bit. But yeah, that looks interesting too.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see a proper trailer, but I'm already kind of in on it.
I'm not Mr. Negative, I'm Mr. Indifferent.
So JJ and the
But yeah,
Sea
that looks cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good
I like the
combination.
look of it.
You think
have
what?
Hulu- I think that's a very good combination of people.
Yeah.
And,
You said that when we talked about this the first time.
I honestly don't remember.
I'm just telling you, it's on video and it's recorded.
God,
You were
what is
super
wrong with
pumped.
me?
It was a while ago, to be fair.
Oh, it was? Okay. Yeah,
If you really want to be fair, Rick, I'll make you not look that bad. I actually forgot what Castle Rock even was until I'm like, oh, Castle Rock. I'm like, oh, this is what Castle Rock is. So there you go.
All right. Well, I'm interested.
Yeah.
As I've apparently said before and don't remember.
Yeah.
Next trailer. is
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Marvel Studios Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
I wish I could fight bad guys like you.
I seem to mess it up almost every time.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back.
You watch this already, right?
Like a partner.
Dr. Pym, I actually heard what happened to you. You opened up the quantum realm. That's when this crazy creepy ghost who like walks through walls and stuff. Stole your tech. Now she wants to take over the world or whatever. Who would have believed that in your hour of need, you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember? That's us.
The only chance we've got is both of you. Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Follow my lead.
She seems more intense.
You go low, I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
We're gonna die. I don't wanna die. We didn't die.
Hey, what'd I miss?
We were just tiny.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet. You?
65 feet.
65.
If you two are finished comparing sizes,
65.
That looks really good.
Wait, what?
That looks really good.
I'm shocked.
Looks really fucking dope.
The Marvel movie looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see that.
Did you see the first one?
Nope. I'll watch that one before I see
should.
that one for sure. But yeah, that looks really, really good. It's a nice, refreshing vibe,
Looks fun.
Yeah.
and I'm so glad we didn't get a slow fucking breakdown of a popular song. Instead, we got like a nice mashup.
The full
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. We didn't get like some slowed down, broke down version of a song. The tone of a trailer can really help, and I'm tired of seeing that. But that one looked really fucking dope. I'm in.
So yeah, me too. Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
How can you not like Paul Rudd? Like, come on.
Dude, it's come a long way, man.
very long way.
Clueless.
I mean, even
to
then.
this.
But yeah, I that looks really, really cool and fun and different.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Comes out. When did it come out?
I think it said July 6th.
Yeah, I think this is this year. I know it's
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, July 6th, I think. I'm on it.
Yeah, he's on his phone again, Cheesy.
Well, Jesus sent us something.
I'm doing it for reasons. July 6th.
Okay.
What do you send
I
us?
think he's just
Susie?
linking. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, 13 Reasons Why Season 2 did announcement. I think I'm the only person here that finished that show.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are the only one who finished
Never
that.
watched it.
Yeah. Rick started and
I started and didn't finish.
Rick does what Rick does. He watched a few episodes, apparently, except for one other thing, but he watches an episode or two and then never gets back to it. I just don't ever start it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Celine Dion song that's on the soundtrack. All right. Rick's playing with the chat, so
All
I'm
right.
going to blow my nose.
Okay. Very, very cool looking movie, man. Looks like a lot of fun.
Cool. When
I got that same vibe off like the initial trailer for the first Deadpool movie. It just seemed so fun and different and a little
Not
more
doom and gloom.
a little more lighthearted, you know?
Yeah.
A little lighthearted. And I ended up watching, the trailer we were gonna watch and then scrapped last time I was on the show. the
Deadpool?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up seeing that just in happenstance, like on
Huh.
TV, and I was like, oh man, kind of wish we would watch another show. This is fucking cool. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp. That looks really dope.
Okay. Actually, I think that's all the trailers for this section.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about. You don't need the headphones anymore.
I thought we were gonna watch that next.
Well, that's the video game section.
Well, you said you were waiting for me, so I thought we were waiting for the
I
trailer.
was waiting to bring up the next story, I guess.
Okay, no, whatever.
That's what he meant, but we're good.
Yeah, so I'm like, just keep talking then.
Well, should I talk about Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Or should I wait till you watch it?
I mean,
I'll give you my. I won't spoil anything, but I'll give you like my estimate.
Yeah, I
or
wanna know.
overall what I think.
I want to know what you think.
So yeah, Cobra Kai.
And then next week I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. All right. Cobra Kai.
See, I didn't need to come back for this. I don't give a shit about Cobra Kai. I'm out. You guys talk.
All right. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was.
Okay.
Because honestly, some of the trailers that I saw, like it looked good. You know, it looked interesting. But then some of the other trailers kind of looked like I don't know, like they try to make. I don't know for you, but they kind of make Daniel look like an asshole.
He's always been the asshole. But see, this is the thing that I'm very like skeptical about going in. Like, I understand that this became like a big thing later on, where everybody was like, "Oh, Daniel Lewis is the asshole, and Johnny's the real Karate Kid."
Right.
If I know you can't, but if you were to go back to when I was a little kid, I always thought, I was like, this fucking guy comes in from out of town, he provokes this dude, and like, this guy does nothing to him to begin with, and is completely provoked, and that's what starts the whole thing. It's this fucking dumbass from out of town that starts the whole thing. And he's not the Karate Kid because he doesn't know shit. Johnny is the actual Karate Kid. He's obviously been training his entire fucking life because he's 16 years old and a goddamn black belt. So
Funny
like,
you mentioned that.
I've always thought, like, that's the way I've always thought. And I know, like, later on in life, that sequence in How I Met Your Mother with... I've never watched the show, but I've seen that because that was a big thing on the internet for a while. And then there was that video that came out.
That video came out first.
That video came out first?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, like... I knew nothing about this groundswell support for Johnny, and I'm cool with that, but at the same time, I'm not, because I've already seen people I know that didn't like the character, that have already flip-flopped.
So you obviously love this character, Johnny
I
Lawrence.
love the movie in general.
Okay. Well, this
I feel for the character.
Okay. Well, this show does a very good job. Like, he's the lead of this show.
That's good.
It's not
That's
Daniel.
cool.
He's the fucking lead, obviously, because it's called Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And he wants to bring back
the dojo.
The dojo and the Cobra Kai name. And it's this polar opposite of what you would think, you know? Like, the first 2 episodes are free right now, so if you want to watch those, you can.
Yeah, I saw that when I was going through YouTube the other night.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that to you.
3 in the morning.
And honestly, like, the first 2 episodes, I was like... Well, the first episode, I was like, all right, they're kind of showing, you know, like, the trailers are showing, you know, he's kind of, like, down and out. He's, like, barely getting by, you know, living in this shitty apartment. And,
yes, Bryce?
This is for Rick. Question. Is the show... What year is the show? Is it present
time?
day?
Yeah, it's present day.
2018?
Yeah.
Well, they don't say that.
Yeah,
but
but
present.
It's present day.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Actually, I think it says present day.
So it's been 20 years.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
No, 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Action.
Go ahead.
So I'm watching it, and, like, it got really cheesy. Like, fuck, like, this is, what's wrong with this show? Like, this is really bad. Like, you see him, like, driving all drunk and shit. Like, everything's cliche about it.
Right.
And then I'm thinking, you know, watching it, and, like, they're playing, like, 80s music, you know, over all the shit he's doing.
Yeah, it's a guy stuck in the past trying to relive his glory days.
Yeah. And then I watched the second episode, and it's the same thing, and they're showing clips from the movie too, you know, where need be, I guess, or at least for people, I guess, who haven't seen it. Yeah.
How did they put that in there? Like,
It's like
It's like
flashbacks.
flashbacks, like he was like one scene he was just driving drunk, and like he's getting these flashes of like him getting his ass kicked and things like that.
That's
and
funny.
and it's like it's really 80s cheesy looking, and then I'm thinking like I think this is where they're going with it.
And
It's gonna
I
be
love that look,
like
yeah.
when we're with Johnny Lawrence, it's gonna be like him living his glory days, and it's gonna be filmed that way, like he's stuck in his 80s vibe. But you know, when you get outside and you see the other characters, everything's more modern. You know, everything's more like what it's supposed to be. But so you really see his character develop, but really like this fucker hasn't changed. He's still the same.
That's
you know?
funny.
And he's still the same, and he sees like I guess all the success that you know Daniel has, and
I love that it's a fucking used car lot or whatever. Like that's so.
well, it's both brand new and
new and used. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so
didn't want to disparage the good name of LaRusso Auto. Okay.
Yeah.
New, used, consignment.
And so it's really good. You know, he wants to bring Cobra Kai back. Obviously,
He wants his glory days
he
back.
wants to relive the glory days through a new person. You know, through a student.
Yeah.
And he finds this student who's coming in just like Daniel did in the movie. You know, they live in the same apartment. You know, and he saves it's in the trailers. He saves this kid from being beaten up. You know,
Mr.
just like Miyagi.
Style. Yeah.
So like, holy shit! Like he's Mr. Miyagi in this.
See, this is what I always say about good guys and bad guys in movies. The best bad guys are 100% right. They're just going about it the wrong way. But they're 100% right. And the good guy is usually the delusional fucker. But he's going about it a different way that makes him seem like he's the one that's doing good. It's the best bad guys in anything. And Bryce knows what I'm talking about.
So.
Yep.
So it's basically like a TV show version of The Karate Kid, but through the eyes of Johnny Lawrence.
That's awesome. I'm hyped, man.
And so we kind of now, like, it's on YouTube. We kind of now live in a very political correct age, you know, with a bunch of SJWs and stuff like that. And they don't hold back.
Good.
Like, Johnny's, like, making fun of people, saying things like you would if, you know, back in the 80s. So, like, they did a really good job of keeping it real, so to speak.
Keeping it real, damn ridiculous.
And
that's good, man. That's good. I remember thinking that.
You really are on that train, aren't you?
When I saw it, one of the things about that movie that I really, really enjoyed is that like they didn't pull any punches. They said shit that you wouldn't expect them to say in current climate.
Yeah, and that's what happens with
with
this show. Like he's fucking says shit. Yeah. I think they say there's definitely curse words in it.
Yeah.
But I think they rarely use the word fuck.
Okay.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
I think they might have only even used it twice.
Okay.
So
it's YouTube, that's pretty like they can do whatever you want for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, they're the ones.
Do they have like a rating system?
Yeah, I think it's like. I think a rating did show up, and it was like PG-13 or 14 or whatever.
14 or whatever. Okay.
But for the most part, like they said a lot of things I wouldn't expect that they would throw in this.
Cool.
And this is you're gonna like it a lot.
Okay. Well,
like I'm surprised.
I'm going to watch
I'm surprised how much I liked it because I honestly didn't think I was gonna like it. Like, fuck Johnny Lawrence. But
thank you, Rick, for not jumping on the fucking bandwagon that I've been steering for 30 years.
And but yeah, it's such a good show, and like the way you see these characters develop is amazing.
Okay.
Through each episode, and they do touch on like Mr. Miyagi and what obviously Pat Morita. I can't say the last name. He passed away. But there's I think it's episode 5 where they do a real nice tribute to him.
Awesome.
And in the show, in a sense, like they're using the old score from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
Like where he's training.
Spoilers, boo!
It's not much of a spoiler.
Spoilers.
But like, there's certain touches on this show too, where like the beginning on the first episode, you're gonna see it because it's right when it starts. Like you see the karate match from the movie.
Yeah, they show that. They've shown that in the trailer. Like that's how that one
but
trailer
the thing
starts.
is, if you really pay attention to it, it's through the eyes of Johnny. It's not through the eyes of Daniel.
Okay.
So, like, there's some angles in there that are not from the movie.
Right.
Or not. That was not what. It's from the movie, but wasn't released in the theater.
Okay.
Was it used in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Theatrical cut.
Like,
there you go.
Yes. Alternate angles. Yeah. And you see that in the beginning, which I thought was very interesting.
Awesome.
You learn a lot about Johnny's past, how he got to be where he's at.
His dad's probably an asshole. He probably saw his sensei as a fucking father figure. Yeah.
Question for Rick. So you're saying Johnny's the star, right? That's what you said? Is Daniel's son even in this fucking show?
Yes, he
or
is.
What? I mean, like, is it...
It's pretty parallel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how no one could see me do this, but thank you.
We got it.
Yeah, like this. It's parallel, yeah. Like, you get...
Listen, Kevin Coelho, if you want to be on the show, get on the microphone.
I'm just, I'm trying to...
But, yeah, they do a very good balance between
the two
seeing
characters.
the lives of both characters and
Okay.
and like how they were, and
I like the thing.
neither of them ended up with Allie.
Obviously.
They do mention her. They talk
Okay.
about her,
I
of course.
would love if she popped up. That'd be
There's only one
hilarious.
thing I want to know, but you can't say it in front of Mike, so I'll just wait.
Okay.
What?
You
Oh,
can't say it in front
yeah.
of Mike. There's only one thing I want to know about the whole show.
Okay. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I really liked episode 5. I think was really the one that was with the honoring of him was really, really well done, and the training sequences and I loved it.
Cool.
I really did
I'm
love
glad
it a
you
lot.
liked it.
What is it, half hour, 10 episodes?
10 episodes, about 22 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I binged the whole thing. Like I was only gonna plan to watch like the first 3 episodes. From like, oh fuck,
That's hilarious.
kept going and going and going. So it hooked me more than I thought it would.
Good.
I'm surprised.
Don't answer this if you think it's spoiler territory for his sake, but does it leave room for there to be
does
more?
it wrap up or
is it done?
Is it like
Does it seem like it's a one-off thing?
No, they kind of leave it open. I would say they leave it open.
I'm gonna assume they probably do something to where if it doesn't come back, you're good, but if it comes back, you're good.
Because we all know the last time Rick binge watched a show in one night, it got canceled.
Trying to say something.
Just saying.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if they do it, they can do a second one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think with most shows they do kind of leave it at least open enough to leave wiggle room for it.
Well, I think sometimes there's some shows or people that just know they want to tell one story. And
Yeah. How great would it be like if season 2 is they bring back the villain from Karate Kid 2, and season 3 they bring back the
I
villain
can't
from
really
Karate Kid
remember
3?
the other two.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'll have to go back and watch it because I can't really remember them.
Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3, he was a real prick. Like he was not like a good guy disguised as a bad guy. He was just a fucking terrible person.
Was that when he got his new trainer?
Yeah.
Right, and then he kept making him punch the board till his knuckles bled.
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
And 2 is the one in Okinawa.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, yeah, okay.
And again, that one, like the way that starts out is like the uncle that's the villain or whatever. Like, no, they had beef over a girl, and Miyagi ran away. Like, then when he comes back, the guy's just trying to fucking fix the island and make it look nice, but everybody's seeing it as a bad thing. Like, it's all through the lens you look at it, and it's all through the way they show it to you. That's why I'm super glad, like you said,
The perspective on this.
Yeah,
is
they have a
very
different
interesting,
perspective of shit we've already seen.
Yeah.
But that's
Like,
very cool.
Yeah, I think they would kind of. I don't want to say they really like shoehorned in all the flashbacks as far as. Like,
I mean, but of course they're gonna. Of course they're gonna.
But
try
they
that,
kind
yeah.
of did put a little too much.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think.
I don't think they kind of have to.
But
there's been so much time.
But I was gonna
years.
say, like, it has been a long time. Perhaps people haven't even seen the first movie.
Yeah, I just had my
You know.
son watch it recently, like probably
So-
3 or 4 months ago, and he loved it. So.
But yeah, with that said, they made it so like if you haven't seen the movie, you could probably watch this.
Okay. That's cool.
And it'd get you at least to watch the movie. Easily get you to watch the movie after the first 2 episodes.
I wonder what it will be like for somebody who's never seen the original to see the movie, watch the show and then be like, oh man, I want to go back and watch the movie, and then go back and be like, man, this Daniel kid's just a fuckhead, isn't he? I wonder if that would be the takeaway.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to watch.
That's a nice experiment.
I wanted to watch the movie before I got into this.
It's like a refresher.
Well,
But it ended up not happening.
has Michaela seen the Karate Kid yet?
Yeah.
Ah, damn, I was gonna say, well, you did messed up one kid already, so.
No, he's good. He was all on the Daniel LaRusso train. I was like, but he doesn't even know karate. And he goes, well, he's learning, Dad. And I was like, he's learning because he started the problem. You don't. All right, never mind. I can't talk to you. I'm not gonna fight with a 7-year-old. And I left the room.
So, yeah, I'd say watch it. It's really, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. I can't say enough good things about
Awesome.
this movie. And I really want to talk spoilers, so go fucking
I'll watch it, and then maybe we could do a full-on like
Spoiler review, yeah.
There's a chance it might be on that thing that I have told you before.
Oh, yeah.
about,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I think I'll just do the 30 free days, and I'll cancel it.
Why
right
not?
away.
It gives 33 days of
I don't care though. Like, I watch
watch all the other stuff, which is really not.
anything. I don't care about the no ads because I watch on my Kindle, and I don't go through the website. There's like a YouTube app that's it's like a watch YouTube app or whatever, and so you don't get. So the shitty part about it is you can still sign into your YouTube account, but the bad part about it is like, bless you, you don't have like the click here for this and click here for that. The annotations don't show up,
Yeah.
and you don't get ads on
Huh.
anything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
For what?
on this app on the Kindle.
Oh.
It's a YouTube app on Kindle. But yeah,
Anyways, so yeah, that's my review. Go
Okay.
see it.
I'll check
Definitely
it out.
watch it. YouTube Red.
You're usually able to skip, like, the ads usually don't come through on Chromecast either.
They do between if you have a playlist. Like I set a playlist and
Yeah, never.
they
for
come
me.
between, but I can always skip. They're always skippable ads.
I don't know. It never comes up for me. It's
Okay.
weird. Or you could interrupt them too. Like maybe you play the video on your phone and then you hit cast and then it just goes right to the
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Rick, I'm looking over here on your whiteboard and you have YouTube Red crossed out. So what's that?
Yeah, I know. I haven't canceled it yet.
Oh.
Because I wanted to watch this.
You could
Okay.
have can't. Well, no. Could you have? No. You would have had to use a different email address
Yeah.
to get the free. Gotcha.
Well, alrighty. I'm excited to watch it now. Are you still watching Roseanne?
I'm not.
Yes.
No? You've been
I'm
watching
still
it?
watching it. Are you watching
Did
it?
you? I didn't see this week's or last week's yet, but I've seen the first 4 or whatever. You brought up the tribute to Miyagi, and I thought it was cool that they did tribute to the guy who played Mark on episode 3 or 4, whatever it was. Did you see?
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was nice.
Tribute to Mark.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Becky's boyfriend / husband, the bad boy from the TV show, the original show. The guy died, so they did a tribute to him on the show.
I have to go rewatch
Okay.
it. Well,
It's like a full-on episode where they go into.
Or maybe I missed it.
They go into their relationship and talk about him and her, and all that.
I probably
It's
missed
the
that episode.
it's the episode where she gets turned down by the doctor to be the surrogate mother.
Shit, I might have missed that
Yeah,
episode.
okay.
Okay,
Watch
I'll have to
it.
go back
It's
and watch
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
And the other thing you brought up was like how you said they're showing it like through his lens where it's all 80s and shit, and then when you see it from the other side, it's like modern day. And I've always said like the best when they were doing the Duke Nukem reboot or Duke Nukem Forever when that finally came out or whatever. I said the best thing they could have done is done that where like he's still running around yelling dick tits and oh I'm fucking cool guy, and then like okay dude, cool story, all right, whatever man, like, and then kind of playing it off like.
My
Yeah.
apologies. I don't understand.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
But you get what I mean? Like, where he's
Yeah.
still stuck in it and everybody else has moved on. I was like, man, this guy's a fucking idiot. But yeah.
Isn't Johnny Galecki on the show now? Or
He was on an episode. I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah. But yeah, I saw the trailer for that. That's that episode I haven't seen, and then the following episode I haven't. So yeah, I'm too behind. But
Yeah, I didn't dislike
I'll
what I
catch up.
saw. I just wasn't really a Roseanne person. Like, not enough to
Yeah.
where I'm like super amped about it back.
Probably why
You've kept
I
stuck
haven't-
with it,
yeah.
or why you haven't? You've stuck with it?
No, I stuck with it.
Okay, yeah. I was a big fan of the show, so I've kind of been like, I'm gonna.
Well, I watched it on and off, but for the most part, I guess I've watched it.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't like that I wasn't a fan. It just
Yeah.
wasn't really something I watched, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Next story. What do we got?
We're video games now.
Okay. You want to do the trailer now?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna watch the trailer for.
Is the mic on the right side?
Yes.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little! This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people. You've got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? A pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
You will never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely. Get out here!
Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
Product not yet rated.
We know what it's going to be rated.
I watched this trailer on Wednesday when it came out, and I immediately got excited because I remembered how much I loved the setting and the vibe of the first game. I wasn't super hyped on this being a prequel, and I'm not super hyped about this being a part of Dutch's gang, because like the whole point of that first game is you're trying to get revenge on Dutch, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're hired by some lawmen to take out Dutch and his gang that are causing havoc all over the countryside. So that's the crux of the first game. More happens after that.
Okay.
So, but that's like the main story plot points. But more happens after that.
Yeah. You're the only one that's played.
I guess so. Ricky didn't play the
I
first
played
one.
a little bit. I didn't
Yeah.
like it.
I love it.
I'm not a Western guy.
Yeah.
Did you own it, or how'd you play it?
I own it. Yeah. I think No, I Redboxed it. I think.
Oh, okay.
It's in my top 5 best games of the last generation of consoles. And so I just wasn't sure like how happy I'd be playing like the fucking bad guys. You know, I don't want to do that. Like at least with Grand Theft Auto, there's always you end up doing some gnarly shit, but it's always like, you know, quote, for the greater good or whatever. You know, try and get away, get away, get out, get far away. And in some cases, like in Grand Theft Auto 4, you don't get away. You end up stuck in the same trap, and it's kind of I like that aspect of the story, kind of the dark and gritty, you stuck in the same trap kind of vibe. And with,
Go
go ahead.
sorry.
What were you gonna say?
No, like these are the same characters from the first one. Or
There are some
Or
of
some
the
of them
characters
are.
from the first one, but it's a prequel. It happens 18 years before, I think. I think it was 1918 in the first game, and this game is 1899. But like they showed some shit that I'm super excited about. Like thinking about like the most fun we had with GTA 5 was like the heists and stuff, and like fucking robbing a train and like setting up stuff to stop a train or whatever, and climb aboard and taking out people and robbing it with real people, not just in single player, would be super fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, robbing a saloon and having to take out like the local guy, the tough guy, and the bartender and the owner and the drunk, and having to concentrate on that. Like that seems like a lot of fun. They haven't said that that's an aspect of the game, but that seems like a lot of fun, and they kind of hinted at that in that trailer, showing you specifically robberies, train robbery, and like other stuff too. They show a little bit of the combat, and it's like, okay, yeah, that looks like Grand Theft Auto 5 combat, which is great because that game played really well. Then they had like a full, I guess Polygon put out a full article later on talking about like, you know, they got hands-on with it, and they had like impressions and vibes and things they were told, and like the cool thing was like they said that nobody is in an endless like NPC loop. You will affect everything you come into contact with. You know, like one of the things they brought up was like, you know, in previous games and other games, you'd say someone is outside sweeping, and no matter what you did to that character, they were on that path and on that track no matter what you did. If you pulled the gun on them, they'd say, put that gun away, but they'd stay on their track. Like nothing would affect them. Now, in this game, you pull a gun on somebody, they're going to get freaked the fuck out. And they might run away, they might get scared, they might beg for their life, they might drop what they're doing, pull out a gun and shoot you back. Like, they are programming all sorts of different AI and different tendencies into different characters in this world. And it seems... So, like I was telling you the other day, they're saying all the right things for me to get me excited for a game that I was not excited about because I didn't want to play as Dutch's gang. Like, fuck that. He's a real piece of shit, and you learn that in the first game. Like, I don't want to be a part of that. They show in this trailer they're trying to humanize him and make him a sympathetic
he's not the
figure.
right kind of bad guy then for you?
No, he's not. But in this trailer, they're definitely trying to make it seem that way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's definitely more of a self-righteous kind of prick in the first game. And this one, it definitely seems like they're trying to take that tone of like, we're doing all this for a reason. There is a reason, but we'll see when we get there. This made me excited for it. A game that I was probably not going to get day one. And it turns it into something that I will strongly consider picking up day one. I don't need to see any more trailers. Like I'm not necessarily all in. I want to hear more about the systems. I want to hear more about the gameplay. I want to hear more. I don't think I need to see more though. I think I've seen all I need to see to know whether I want to play that game or not. I need to hear more.
Which they probably will do at E3, right?
Nah, they'll do it either before or like after. They don't. Rockstar throws a big middle finger at E3.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. They do things on their own terms.
They've been to E3 before, though, right?
I mean, yeah, but they don't now. Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4. The only thing that was announced about Grand Theft Auto at an E3 was fucking what's his name? He was for Xbox. He worked for EA. British guy. Can't remember his name right now. Peter Moore.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Molyneux, but he's a developer. Peter Moore had like a temporary tattoo, and like he revealed that Grand Theft Auto 4 was coming to Xbox day one, same day as Play. Because for a while, Grand Theft Auto came out on PlayStation only. Then we had the Vice City and San Andreas, and 3. They ended up coming out to original Xbox way later, like a year and a half later. It ended up looking better and sounding better, and not necessarily playing better because the original Xbox controller is kind of unwieldy with its button placement. But
yeah.
They definitely made a lot of improvements to those games before they brought them to Xbox. But that was the first one where it's like, same day, worldwide release, Xbox, let's go. Like, that was kind of like their big rally cry. And there was always like video packages of, that like long ass video packages where they'll show clips of like a Rockstar game, but like they don't go to E3. They're too busy working on the fucking game. Like, they're not gonna cut out a vertical slice for people to play and take it to E3 and show their wares because they don't fucking need to. They're Rockstar games. They are gonna sell a bajillion copies, and people are gonna love it. And even if they hate it, they're gonna claim to love it because they don't want to be on the outside of that conversation. What did you guys think of that trailer? I know you guys. You're not a Western guy. No. You're not a Western guy.
I mean,
did it do
I'm a
anything
Western
for you?
Sci-fi guy.
That's why you need to watch Westworld. God damn it, Rick. Anyways, it looks interesting, but yeah, like for me, it's gonna take a lot because I'm just not a fan of that aesthetic and that whole deal. But I mean, if the game's really great, I mean, I wouldn't not give it a shot. Like,
well, you didn't play the first one, and that game's great. So.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and you've had you've had more than just me telling you that it's an awesome game.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have the money at the time to get it. Like, it just would take a lot. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of Western stuff. Westworld, Ray.
Well, Cheesy, if you get
Firefly,
it,
Bryce.
me and you'll have to posse up and rob
I've
some
watched
banks
most
trades,
of
bro.
what you've told me to watch, so.
Did you watch Firefly?
No, but I said I've watched more.
But Bryce doesn't like Westerns, period.
But he watches Westworld.
Yeah, but there's more to Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld's more
There's more to Firefly.
I've never said that I wouldn't, but I'm saying how many things have I told you to watch that you haven't watched? I've watched plenty that you've told me to watch, and you've taken me on your fucking Depressed Fest bullshit movies where I feel like an asshole when it's all said and done.
Yeah. Me and Cheesy will posse up then, I guess. And probably Dan Herman.
All right.
And
What
Yeah, Dan Herman loved
maybe,
it too.
maybe Josh.
what Cheesy say? Yeah, where's Josh stand on it?
I don't know. I don't fucking care. I don't. Like, I haven't played a game with that dude since
Yeah.
fucking last June.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, you got someone in Cheesy.
All right.
He loves it.
I'll just die a lot, Cheesy. You can pick up you could just pick up the slack because I know you'll probably make that joke anyway. But
So,
yeah,
interesting.
I'm in. I just, like I said, I need to hear more about
Yeah.
what that online component's going to be, what the crux of the story might be, the gameplay systems that are involved. Like, one of my favorite things about the first Red Dead was the ambient storytelling, where you would drive by and somebody would be, like, a woman would be getting robbed by some fuckers, and then you could go in and intervene and save her, and sometimes it was a ruse to get you so they could all pull guns on you and try to rob you, and then you got to kill all of them.
Oh,
and
shit.
sometimes it was you saving the woman and then taking her home,
Mhm.
and then seeing more about where
Letting
she
you-
lives.
Letting her know that you're a time traveler from the future.
Yeah, but yeah, man, like I really, really love that game, and they did a lot of that in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, every time you would say something like, "Oh, this is really cool about GTA 5," like, they did it in Red Dead. Play Red Dead. Yes,
I believe you.
It's done slightly better in GTA 5 than it was done in Red Dead, and this will be done slightly better than GTA 5. So,
Yeah. I love you too, Cheesy. I am reading. So Cheesy in the chat. I don't know if this is a maybe you'll get it, but he says, "What about Bed Sea Toes?" I don't know. I don't understand what that is. I thought maybe that was a Red Dead thing that
don't
I'm
know.
missing.
I
No?
might be missing it too. Then.
Maybe I'm missing it. A simpler time. All right. Sorry. We're
All right.
dumb, but I do love you, Cheesy.
Yeah.
There's only one game that I'm waiting for right
Okay.
now. And it should be
Luminous Remastered coming out next month on the Switch. No,
I did
it's
hear
not
about
that.
Luminous.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
interested.
not one game you're waiting
Yeah.
for.
What
It's
is
not
it?
only one game you're
What
waiting
is it, Rick?
Comes out in 2 weeks, right?
What's the one
Detroit.
game? Oh, Detroit Become Human?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I saw there was a demo.
Did anyone play it?
Nope, not going to. Don't need to.
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna play the demo, but I'm like, you know what? It's gonna come out soon.
Don't
Why
worry.
play it?
I'll probably end up playing it too because I said I didn't need to play the Heavy Rain or the Beyond demos,
Yeah.
but I played both of those. So,
I played it.
But I think I could wait.
what'd
2
you
more
think?
weeks.
Let's talk about what you've been playing.
Well, I've been playing God of War in that.
Well, but let's talk about the demo for Detroit. Which
So-
sequence is it? Is it the hostage negotiation or is it the maid
It's a
at
hostage
home?
negotiation, yeah.
Okay.
Aren't there multiples of those?
Well,
there probably many of
there's
those?
like the one. I think it's the one they've been showing that they have.
Probably,
Clip,
probably. Yeah. So yeah, you play that. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to say, like, because it's a Quantic Dream game. Like, I mean, it legit.
Yeah.
It plays like every other one of them.
So I'm not worried to where you're going to be like, no, I'm not in, I'm out now. I'm not worried about hearing that because I didn't hear that about Heavy Rain. I didn't hear that about Beyond. And I know you loved Beyond. And I know you
Yeah.
loved Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I already know the answer to this, but right? Right?
Yeah. Did I save the fish? I don't think I saved the fish because I don't even remember coming across the fish.
Is that
I
how
only
it
played it.
counts,
I only
really?
played it once, and I played it quickly.
Forgot to feed the fish.
But yeah, like I saved the hostage.
Okay.
Well, no.
And then pushed them all.
I did and I did. I got the hostage to trust me, I should say, and
Oh.
then the sniper took him out.
Oh, Bryce.
Bryce, will you be playing Beyond Two Souls for free this month? I've already played it and beaten it.
And I already own the remaster that they put out Rick and I both bought it when it was on sale for like $10.
Yeah.
Emotional draining game.
Yeah.
I bought it too.
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
bought the
I
set
bought
too,
it
so
too.
you have Heavy Rain and Beyond, right? Because it was the pack. We bought
Yeah,
the...
yeah. I'll have to do that, Cheesy. Like, part of me wants to replay it again,
I
but
don't know.
I just don't know that I want. No, I'm talking about the demo.
Oh, the demo. Oh,
But I
okay.
don't think I really need to. I know.
Okay.
I'm a piece of shit, Cheesy. Everybody knows that, though. I'm the resident asshole.
It didn't take Cheesy that long to get hip to this game, though. Like, he gets it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super hyped for that game, man. I don't like Jesse Williams or whatever, but... Alright.
What day
I guess
exactly
I'll
is it
play
coming
that. I don't know. Fucking soon. May.
What? Detroit?
Yeah.
I think it's May 25th or something.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, I really liked it a lot, or liked the first two games a lot, and
May
I'm
25th.
a huge fan of Indigo Prophecy as well.
Still haven't got around to.
Which I think you would
And I
really
do
like.
well.
It's very like again, like we talked about how Heavy Rain played really well, or the Heavy Rain story was amazing, but it didn't play very well, and the Beyond Two Souls played very well, but the story was also like it seemed like they improved. Indigo Prophecy improved, or Heavy Rain was a major improvement on Indigo Prophecy. It's very archaic. It's a PS2 game, but it's very similar to Heavy Rain style.
Okay. Yeah, I love the story of Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah,
but the
it's
gameplay, the quick time stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Cheesy's cracking me up. He's gonna call PETA on me. Virtual Fish Lives Matter. What's your beef with Jesse Williams? Not that I'm a fan, but just curious. I'm like, is that who I think it is? And yeah.
It's Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like how combative. Like he's one of these guys that's like, if you don't agree with what I think, 100% fuck you.
You mean on the show?
No, in real life, as
okay.
a human being. As a human being, I don't agree with his. Like I'm fine with his political stance, but he's not fine with anybody else's if it's not the exact same way he believes.
Gotcha.
And it's those things like you hate definite statements, and
Yeah.
like that's the side of the political realm he's on, where the only right way is the way he sees and the way that group of people sees, and nobody else. Even if you believe 99.999% of what they believe, but there's that 0.1% you don't, then you may as well not believe anything. And he's on that train, and I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Jesse.
Oh yeah, I wasn't aware.
But other than that, like, yeah, he's fine on that show. I don't like that show, but he's fine on that show, and I'm sure he's fine in this show, on this game.
So the demo's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just remember the Heavy Rain demo was like. They put 2 demos out. They put one was like the crime scene investigation demo, and one was where you were the detective, going to talk to somebody. And I was like, those both were like, fucking at the time, mind blowing. It's like, holy shit, you can do this in games? Yeah, this is the future. This is where we're going. And then nobody did that shit. And then Beyond came out, and it was like, all right, we're gonna dial that back a little bit, but we're gonna focus a little bit more on this story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited for this to be like the perfect melding of the great parts of those other 2 games.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be dependent on the story with any game that's like this, especially the Quantic Dream games or games like this, because they are very like, you really are just following a thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to. Am I willing to want to check it out? See if I'm going to like it. Yeah, of course. Like I like that sort of stuff. But yeah, the story is definitely going to matter. So yeah.
I haven't played anything.
Okay. You want to talk about
God of War,
or should I talk about?
I don't have much to say about it yet. Like, I mean, I talked about it a little bit, but I mean, it's fun. I mean, the game definitely opens up.
I was gonna say, have you gotten to the part where everybody says like, "Well, look, once you get here, you're good." Like, where you start unlocking more things on the skill tree, the combat becomes.
Yeah, I'm doing all that stuff.
World's opened up now.
Yeah, okay. I'm totally doing all that stuff, and it's cool. And like, there's definitely like. The game took me by surprise because there's humor in the game that I wasn't expecting. Like you meet other characters and I'm just like, huh, okay. Like the game has surprised me a lot. And maybe that's also a result of me not paying a ton of attention other than what I saw at E3 or like what was hand-fed to me, I guess. Right. Spoon-fed to me. I didn't seek anything out. But yeah, I like the game a lot.
Very cool.
So,
how far would you say, or how many hours have you put in? Would you have a
I don't know. Yeah, ballpark maybe 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's like everybody says like from here on. Like I hate hearing that. Like you gotta make it through this because like no like oh it's a slow build. It's a slog. Like no, it's called character and story development.
Yeah.
And it's a 30 to 35 hour game, so you can't just fucking 80s movie montage character development into 2 hours and go and off to the races. That's not how storytelling works.
And even when I give that estimate of time, like I don't know how accurate that is because I've been really like checking every corner and crevice for everything, unlocking everything that I could possibly unlock.
Are you trying to Greg Miller Platinum this game or what?
I can't say I'm intentionally trying to do it, but like, I get in that habit.
But it's interesting enough to where it makes you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so.
That's cool, because that's something I haven't heard people say, except for Dan Riker, who said, like, after he beat the game, he went back and put, like, another 15 hours in, because he just loved being in that world.
Right.
But, like, a lot of people be like, once you beat the game, you beat the game.
Right.
And
whether or not I would do that, I don't know. But I know
Right.
as I'm going through the game, I'm making sure before I leave an area
right.
that I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to come back to, that I've done and seen and found everything
That's awesome.
possible. So,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I found myself doing that in the first, Tomb Raider 2013, and then everything is just bigger in Rise of the Tomb Raider. But I'm so invested in the character and the story right now, like the main story quest. I'm like, I want to go.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and do all that stuff after. Which is not usually how I play games, you know that.
Right.
I usually empty out my quest log before I continue. But I've been kind of, I wouldn't say limited on gaming time, but I've been it's definitely been strained where I'm like, okay, I've got a couple of hours. I need to feel like I'm making progress and not sitting doing the same thing over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
I totally get that.
Have you played anything else other than God of War or anything like that, or is that kind of it right now?
That's what I've been playing. It's pretty much God of War. Just focusing on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. I finished Tomb Raider, and now I went to that game's fucking fantastic. And I say this and not in like a bad way, and I said this to you, and like it gets a chuckle out of people every time I say it. It's like an Uncharted game that takes itself way too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
But it's like not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. Like there's, who'd have thought, man? You drop the snarky one-liners and you can still tell a good story. Who'd have thought, right? And again, that's not a knock on Uncharted because you guys know how I feel about that franchise as a whole. But it was just kind of refreshing to see like this big open worldy style adventure-y game where, yo, this is some real shit. Like this girl is trying to avenge her father's name, and along the way has to toughen up and become a harder person than she might want to be. And then the second game picks up, not like I said to you, like it's not direct continuation. There's been time, but they don't have to say like 2 weeks later or 3 years later. It's like you feel it. The first interaction you have with Lara Croft in the new game is ramped up from the way she ended the first game. She's so sure of herself, and she's ready to climb this fucking ice mountain and prepared to maybe die for what she's trying to find. And like it's a completely different vibe from the first game, but it's still really, really good and really well told. And like I was telling you, there's like betrayal that happens in this game, and you don't get that till about 3 or 4 hours in, where the story really starts to kick off. And I'm just having a lot of fun with it, and the game is gorgeous looking, and it feels great and plays great. And I don't know, I might have been less impressed with the way Uncharted 4 looked if I would have played Rise of the Tomb Raider first, but since I didn't, like Uncharted 4 like still stands head and shoulders above almost everything else on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as far as the way it looks and all that.
Is playing those games back to back, like, is it too much? Like, do you feel like it's more of the
I
same?
thought it was going to be too, and the way they do that is, the way they make you feel like it's not the same is, like I said to you, like it's not an open world game. There's always like a hub.
Yeah.
But this one feels a little more globetrotty at the beginning, but then you get to the area that you're going to be in. But the self-contained areas where you're doing missions are a lot bigger in this game than they were in the first game.
Oh, okay.
The first game feels kind of small, and I didn't think that at first. Like I was like, wow, they're doing a good job of making this game feel huge. And then you see how everything wraps around on itself, and you get back there. I was like, oh, this is actually really small, and it's very concentrated, specific, like for a reason. They want you to get stuck in that world and be in there, so it's very concentrated together. It's not a lot of sparse emptiness.
Yeah.
And this game, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's similar, where it doesn't feel sparse and empty, but it doesn't feel as condensed. It feels like, oh, I've got to walk a little bit, and I got to climb a little bit before I get to where I need to be. So it's kind of finding the middle ground between being way too big and open and nothing to do except walk, and so condensed that everything is on top of each other. It's like right in the middle of that. And I don't know if you ended up picking it up or not when it was on sale. But
I didn't.
It's worth the $15 I paid for it so far, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Very cool.
Then after a few months, fucking long few months, picked up my Switch again, and I was like, I really want Lumines to come out, and they hadn't really given a release date. They just said May. So every Thursday, which only been one Thursday so far, I've been looking to see oh, is Luminous out? Can I pre-order it yet? I've actually been looking since like the middle of April. Like, oh, am I gonna be able to pre-order it yet? Can I pre-order it? Can I pre-order it? Because I want it. I'm gonna get that game. But got tired of feeling like a dick and turning on my Switch just to see if there was a pre-order for Luminous and turning it back off and sticking it back on the dock. That I was like, maybe I'll play something. Let me look in the shop. I want a puzzle game. I need something that kind of scratches my puzzle gaming itch for now. And did you ever play Picross on the 3DS or anything like that? Okay.
I know of it though.
So I'm a huge fan of games like that, and like I play a lot of them on like whether it's my phone or my Kindle. I get a lot of them, and there's a really good one on phones and tablets called Paint It Back, which is really really good. But anyway, if anybody doesn't know what Picross is it's square or rectangle or whatever. It's got a bunch of squares that you fill in, and on the sides it tells you, how many number of squares are together. So if there's like a 5, a 2, and a 5, it means there's a point in this puzzle on this line where 5 blocks are going to be together, 2 blocks will be together, and then another 5 blocks will be together, but those 3 things won't touch.
Yeah.
There's got to be something in between, whether it's one space or more. So I'm a huge fan of that style of puzzle game. And there's, it's not the same company that did the Picross games for DS and 3DS, but it's called Picross S. And I was like, it's only $7.99. Why not? So I bought it, and I've been playing the shit out of that. I've done like 65 of the puzzles already, and I think I'm about halfway through it at that point. And then at the same time, I was like, you know what? I spent 50 hours playing Zelda, feeling like I did absolutely nothing, and I want to go. And I've got the Master Sword. I'm going to jump back in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the Hylian Shield, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to do these things, and I'm going to finish this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said to you that my favorite part of that game had been doing the Divine Beasts, which are the temples or dungeons or whatever you want to call them for this game.
Yeah.
So I had done one of them, and I was like, that was really fun. And this is the first in 20 hours where Zelda felt like a Zelda game. And I wanted to feel that again because I really liked the way that felt. And so over the course of the last 4 nights, I'd jump in, I would do some scavenging so I could make some food for health reasons. If I needed to find stuff to go into the Goron City for fire or up in the hills for snow, I would make sure to set all that up, take about 25-30 minutes, set all that up, and then fuck it, I'm doing Divine Beast tonight, going to bed. Did the same thing next night, Divine Beast, and then Divine Beast. And then last night was the final battle with Ganon. And you know this because I had told you, in that 50 hours, I had found all of the memories. So I got the quote alternate ending for finding all the memories.
Mm-hmm.
I had done one Divine Beast, and like I did it in an order. There's no specific order, so that's cool. But I felt like getting on the one out of Gerudo Town in the desert was the easiest to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first one that we both did, the one in the Zora domain, was fucking hard to get into because it's just like it was just so weird, man. It was just weird the way these things felt. Like it feels like there was a progression, but at the same time, not really. But by the time I got to my, I'd done the first one with, like a bow and arrow and like a fucking regular ass sword. And by the time I did the other Divine Beast, I had the Master Sword. So they were like, all right.
Right.
But I did like all of the different ways you encounter. Like, so with the first Divine Beast that I did from the Zora domain, that was the easiest battle. It was the hardest to get into, but the boss battle in there was fucking easy. I just unloaded arrows into its eye for like a minute and a half, and then when it went down, hit it with my sword, and it was done. It felt really easy. And I was like, wow, man, I hope the boss battles aren't this easy the whole time. And then they start rolling out different mechanics. Like, you have to use your magnetic mechanic in one of the boss battles. You have to use your stasis mechanic in one of the boss battles. You have, like there's different things you have to do. And then in the final battle, there's a specific thing and I won't say what it is since you haven't done this yet.
Yeah.
There's a specific technique you have to do that I just never fucking use. And I was like, why the fuck oh yeah, I probably have to do this one thing. All right. And then, so it took me a while to figure out that timing. But once I did, taking Ganon down wasn't as bad as it wasn't as daunting as it felt at the beginning.
Yeah.
And, you know, like any good Zelda game, there's more to it. To that battle. But yeah, it just... So I feel like I played 50 hours just to get to the 20 hours I really wanted. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, I'm not knocking the first 50 hours because I gushed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got everything that's wrong with open world RPG games. They got it right. But in the same way, like they're not the first to get it right, but they got it right, and so that was fun. But I just like I was longing for what I got for the last from the last 4 nights.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted out of Zelda.
I hear you.
And I just feel like if it was the world was condensed by like 10% maybe.
See, we have completely opposite opinions on that.
Not a lot. I'm not saying like fucking concentrate everything all together. Just if it was a little bit more, or even if like I'm not even saying make the map smaller. Like I'm just saying put more in for me to do.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I mean, that's a different statement though.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't mean condense as in make smaller. I mean like what's the word I'm looking for? Not inhabit. Put more in. Give me more there to where I'm not walking around for half an hour in a direction where I've found no shrines, and I'm walking for half an hour and I still find no shrines.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me felt like a miss. But yeah, I don't know what the Champions Ballad DLC is about, but it makes me want to go buy it if it's more of that feeling of Zelda that I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like the Divine Beasts are fucking amazing. The puzzles in it are really awesome. I kind of circumvented the last one in Gerudo Town in the desert because I had Rivali's Gale, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna fuck around spinning this shit to platform. I'm just gonna up and get up to the top.
That's funny.
So like, yeah, but that was
the second one I did, so I don't have that yet.
Yeah, that was like the most fun puzzle one though.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like the platforming part of it, but like the actual puzzle of getting to the Sheikah Slate things, like actually getting to those things. That was the most fun puzzling stuff. And it seems like each Divine Beast had its own thing that it did really well. Like the first one we did from the Zoro domain, that was the most fun. How the fuck do I get up there? That was the most fun platforming stuff.
Right.
So I'm glad I didn't have Rivali's Gale for that, because I would have completely missed out on the fun part of that Divine Beast. And for me, the most fun for the one in Raito Village was getting onto it, like the the battle to get onto it, shooting the cannons to get onto it. Like that was super fun. Now that Divine Beast was that one was easy. The puzzle aspect of that one felt really easy too, but it feels like that one was made for the battle to get there, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the only one I wasn't a huge fan of was Goron City. On the mountain.
Goron City. That's one of my favorite areas.
Oh, well, that was my favorite area with my favorite characters, but I wasn't too keen on the battle to get to the Divine Beast.
I like
it was fine, but like it just wasn't my favorite.
I got you.
Yeah. And the actual stuff in the Divine Beast was fine too. It just wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
I think that one did the best of showing you the threat of the Guardians. Like getting there was hard to do.
Yeah.
And getting past things that had nothing to do with the Divine Beast. But by that point, again, I had, the Master Sword, and anything that was on the ground would go down pretty quickly with the Master Sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, with the puzzle aspect of the last one was the best. And the boss battle with Ganon, man, like, it is rough, but it is fun. It is like, it's that last 20 hours is everything I wanted out of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Cool. And I don't regret the 50 hours I put in before, because I really liked the cities I visited and I liked the characters I met. But if I could have just had more of that Zelda feeling, I think I would have been way higher on this game. And like, that's not saying I don't fucking love this game, because I do love this game. This is the first Zelda game I finished since Ocarina of Time. Well, I won't say since that I finished on my own since Ocarina of Time.
Huh.
With Majora's Mask, it was one of those things like, I appreciate what it's doing, but it's frustrating as fuck. What am I supposed to do here, you know?
Yeah.
And after that, like, I never played Wind Waker. I never played Spirit Tracks. I never played, what was the other one? The DS one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them that they did
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Spirit Tracks is the second one.
Link Between Worlds.
I didn't have a 3DS. I didn't play Link Between Worlds.
Worlds was fun.
No, there's another one that's like Spirit Tracks on regular DS. That's not a 3DS game.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, it was really nice, and like I said about Mario, it was really nice to feel like I came home again with a Mario game, and I kind of got lost in Odyssey to where I didn't realize how much like Mario 64 it really is. And like that's not saying it's derivative, that's just saying it completely improved upon 100%. And I hadn't played Galaxy or Galaxy 2 or much of Mario 3D Mario World because I just wasn't a fan of the 4-player stuff in that. But I did play a little bit of 3D Mario Land on the 3DS, and that game felt really good too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, with
I haven't
Zelda
played that one.
and that last 20 hours, it was like it felt like going home again. And I think Nintendo has done a really good job with the Switch at getting people to feel like, oh, we're going home again, you know, and not in like a preying on nostalgia kind of way. There's plenty of that on the Switch, but the stuff Nintendo is doing feels like, here's what we do best. We realize we haven't been doing what we do best for a while now. We're just gonna fucking do what we do. And so far, like, it's been off the charts amazing.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't know that I 100% agree. I mean, because their games to me have all been what they deliver. So I don't know if I agree that they haven't been doing what they've been doing. I think you're talking more in terms of the consoles themselves.
Yeah,
as opposed
just
to
like
the games.
as a whole, not just the
Yeah,
games,
I
like as a
gotcha.
whole.
Yeah. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was really playing Breath of the Wild a lot, especially when you weren't playing.
Yeah, I know.
I was playing a lot, and like I was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and,
every
like,
time I play Odyssey, I would see you were playing
yeah,
Zelda.
I was just like, because I'm like, okay, fuck, like because I had took a break for a while, so it took me a bit to like, okay, where am I? And I'm like, you know what, I need to get to a point to where I either beat this or a good stopping point. And then it wasn't like I didn't want to just keep going, but I'm just like, God, there's a lot of side quests that I have left to do that some of them I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just like, but I know the last main thing I have left is to fight Ganon.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, you know what? I've been playing this a lot. I'm going to step away for a little bit. You know, not that I was tired of it, but I think there was just something else I wanted to play. And it just felt like a good spot for me.
I feel like you're also at the point where you don't want it to be over.
It's that too. It is kind of that too, but that's why I'm glad
there's other stuff to do.
Right, because there is so much other stuff to do.
Yeah,
which is kind of why I want to do that stuff before even fighting Ganon. Not that I know that I could still do that afterwards, but I guess just for me it would feel better.
That's the only aspect of the game that I really kind of bumming me out about it is like, yeah, you go back into the world and you can do it, but it's not like you beat the world, you beat the game, and you're back in Hyrule and it's all nice again and shit. Like, no. And it's funny, like, I always said, like, it feels like somebody played Skyrim and Dark Souls and was like, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that was the problem with Skyrim is that originally, and Fallout 3 originally, when you beat it, you didn't get dropped back into the world post-game. You got dropped back in the world before the final battle. And to me, I hate when anybody does that now. That is completely unacceptable now. Completely unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's shit, like, I've come across now, like I've seen people say, oh, they'd have to change everything about this quest line or this story or this speech. And it's like, well, no, just account for it. Because they already account for me having the Master Sword, where it's like, instead of, when I meet people after getting the Master Sword, instead of saying, oh, you kind of look like the Hylian, warrior from 100 years ago. Instead, it's like, you have the champion's sword.
Yeah.
Oh, you must. It's like it's all it is. Oh, you must be the champion. Here's what we need to do, bro. Let's do this. And it really could be as simple as, now that the threat is gone, help me finish this.
Yeah.
It could really be that easy. But instead, they drop you back in before the end of the game. But they go through the trouble of marking your save as a clear save. Like, they put a star in your save thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you finished the game. So you can go back in, but it's pre boss battle
with Ganon.
and with Ganon, and it drops you right in front of the door. And so if you do what I did, and what I'm sure a lot of people did, and use Rivali's Gale on your paraglider to get around all the guardians to get to the main entrance of the castle, now I'm in the middle of the fucking castle, and all those guardians are still there, so now I have to get out. So try to find a similar way to get out.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because I don't know, I've never tried. I just know that when you bring up the map when you're in the castle or in a Divine Beast, it's all it shows.
Okay.
In a Divine Beast.
Right.
But when you go to the entrance of the Divine Beast, you can leave. But you can't leave from the map screen, right?
No.
So once you're in the castle, you can't leave from the map screen. So it's not like I can just teleport out to the nearest
You have to
shrine.
get out.
You have to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to Terrytown. I'm going to try that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a way to farm rupees so I can build out my house and have the flyest fucking pad in Hyrule. I love the character, by the way. I think we've talked about this. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but the character that builds the shit for you. Like every time you meet him, he's like, "Hey!" and it has like the music notes around it, so you know it's like a very like jaunty kind of response. I really dig the details in that game. And I didn't have a beef with any of the voice acting of the cutscenes like people did.
Yeah, I thought that was a little harsh.
Everybody was really harsh on them.
Yeah.
But again, I went out of my way to find all of the memories. And every time you beat a Divine Beast, you get a cutscene with talking and everything. It's like, these are actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, I thought that was
well done.
So, I'm going to correct Rick Cheesy. It's not, because I haven't finished the game either. Just Rick hasn't played it as much as we have, but he does own it and has a Switch for now until he gets rid of it, which I'm expecting. So yeah.
No, Pokemon is 2018.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's just funny, like with how much Rick played his 3DS, I don't understand why he hasn't played the shit out of this system.
Because it doesn't have a Pokemon game yet. He didn't get the 3DS till Pokemon came out.
That's true. I got the Pokemon edition.
There's so
remember?
much, like you have.
But
so
then
much good shit.
I did play Link Between Worlds.
They need to bring that to the Switch. I know I'm always the one that's like, fuck, stop bringing ports, but like,
yeah,
I don't have a 3DS.
I want them to bring it to
because I didn't Switch so I can play
got
it.
stuck on one part and I couldn't get past it.
Or you know what? Just can we fucking cut out the middleman and you just put the good game and put a Link to the Past on there for me so I can buy it?
I love that game. I'm just saying, outside of Mario Kart, you have two awesome games just in Mario and Zelda that are just sitting there.
I'm stuck on Odyssey too.
Odyssey is so fucking
You're not stuck.
It's so good. Odyssey is, like I think I said it, Odyssey would have probably been in my top 3 if I would have played it before we did our Game of the Year stuff. I think Zelda would have probably cracked top 10 and got real close to top 5. Real close.
Cool. I like that. I like hearing that. For sure.
I just
Rick, you need to just when you're in the mood, you got to be in the mood to play video games. Though. If you're not in the mood to play video games, it's not going to matter.
You're not going to enjoy it.
And I think that's kind of where you're at right now because you're not playing shit on anything really. So the only thing that I got him to play recently, and I think it's because he had the day off and he was intrigued by doing it in one sitting, was Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And that was a while ago.
And I saw him put up part 2 of the video on my YouTube channel.
You haven't even put a lot of time into Burnout, man. And that's usually like your decompression game. Before there was Destiny, there was Burnout, and that's what you did to decompress.
Yeah.
I kind of put that on the shelf for the last couple of weeks too, but I'm gonna get back. I mean, I've already got my Elite license, so I don't know what else there is for me to do. But yeah, I definitely want to go back to that too.
For me, I think I'm just God of War focused right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. When I have time to play video games, that's when I'm playing. I also get that Burnout's a totally different beast, so I mean, I could be playing that too. But I'm right now, again, in that mode. If I'm going to play video games, I want to play God of War.
There was like a 20% off sale right now on Far Cry 5, and I almost pulled the trigger on that because I really like 4 a lot. But I don't know if I want that yet. I definitely plan on playing it this year, so it can be part of my discussions at the end of the year. I definitely plan on playing God of War at some point this year. But fuck, man, Detroit's coming out. I want to play that.
I don't know that I have the same urgency to play that though. Like I don't feel like I know Rick's like can't wait, and that doesn't mean I didn't like the demo or I didn't like the game. We'll see when it comes close. I don't know that I'm gonna.
Sub, thank you.
I don't know if I'm gonna feel like that I have to buy that day one.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to buy that day one either, but I need to play it before the end of this year.
Yeah, of course. At some point too, just because like I never did, and it just came out this week, I am gonna play Tropical Freeze, but I don't feel like I have to rush out and buy that first week either.
I don't either, not for $60.
So yeah, I'm not gonna shit on that too hard. I mean, they added some other stuff. It's not that old of a game, and not many people fucking played it. So
I know, but that would be all the more reason to drop it for $30 or $40.
I mean, your same argument is
even
$40. That's my same argument for Burnout Paradise.
But
I think Burnout
at
Paradise
$40,
is way overpriced.
$40, I think Tropical Freeze is right in the right wheelhouse.
I don't think like I said, they did add some stuff to it. I'm not gonna talk too much shit on it. I'm not saying that it's fair at that price. I'm not saying it's fair at that price, but I don't think it's that ridiculous. I still think the Burnout price is ridiculous. As much as I like that game.
To get, I want to get the Labo piano thing.
Do you?
Just the piano. I don't care about. I know that comes in the fucking variety pack box, but I just want the piano. That's all I want.
Fair
it
enough.
Seems really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That thing.
I've seen a lot of people do some cool stuff with that stuff. Rick, I believe you were interested in playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that came out this week.
On Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out.
So that's definitely something I'm going to pick up at some point because everyone talks so highly of it.
I gotta say though, man, if I see another 8 or 16-bit 2D platformer show up on the Switch eShop, like I'm gonna fucking hang somebody. It's not gonna be myself.
I mean, anywhere in the eShop?
It's like every fucking week, 10 of these fucking games come out, and it's like
everyone wants their game on the Switch.
But okay, I understand that, and that's cool, but I don't need 5,000 Castlevania-esque 2D platformers or Mario 2D platform. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be fair. Like that's most of that indie game Steam stuff.
I know.
Right there. That's what that is.
I know, and I'm sick of seeing it everywhere.
That's what that is.
But man, is it fucking frustrating when I'm trying to find something on the Switch.
I love it.
Fucking frustrating.
I do still want to play Celeste. That's a game that I want to get. That's on there.
I don't know about that. How I feel about that game. Seeing it seeing it in action, all that. Like.
Well, I also liked or had fun with Meat Boy.
Yeah.
So, it intrigues me. And there's a part of me, honestly, that I think, like, one day at some point, I kind of want to get Stardew Valley. I don't know why, but there's a part of me that, like, sort of wants to. Yeah. I like the aesthetic.
I'm generally just not into games like that, the farming simulator style RPGs.
I'm just curious, I like the way that it looks, and it seems like I think that would be a game that Rick can come home after a stressful day from work, and it's just relaxing. You know what I mean?
I mean, when they put out Animal Crossing, I'll get that.
And I'm curious
Remember,
about that too.
Like a real Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I really like playing Flower to relax.
Yeah.
That game definitely was a relaxing game.
Well, I got news for you. It's not Flower, but Lumines is super relaxing until it gets super difficult.
I mean, throwing shit across the room.
But yeah, Lumines is the next thing I'm gonna buy on Switch. I'm sure.
I saw the trailer for that, and I'm interested.
I fucking love that game. I had it on. I had both versions on both games on PSP. I bought the one on Xbox 360. I bought the one on PS3, and I bought the one on Vita. Like I love those games. I love those games. So, I'm super hyped for that on Switch with the HD Rumble and shit. Like they're talking about how you can sync up a bunch of Joy-Con, and it all like some of them will read the beat of the music, some of them will read what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you can like have a full physical and audio experience with Lumines. So that's dope.
Cool.
Cheesy, I have to just acknowledge this. He wants to play Detroit right away because he wants to save the fish. So.
All right. You're doing the Lord's work, Cheesy.
Yeah. I also know Cheesy earlier. I think you saw it. Said he put in a couple of trailers of stuff that I don't think that we saw, but I think the show's going kind of long. If you want Cheesy, although it is hot, once we go off the air, maybe we'll watch them with you, see what they are.
Well, I think I took a look. I think it was the 13 Reasons Why and the Deadpool.
I thought he said it kind of recently, though. Like
okay.
A little bit further up. But Cheesy, you could tell me if Rick's right or if I'm right or if we're both wrong. Regardless, we'll deal with that off the air. So, is that a show?
I think that's our show today.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you joined us live in Twitch, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for paying attention to us on social media. I totally drew a blank right there. And if you didn't catch us live, thank you for listening and watching throughout the week on someshitwelike.com and other podcast services. If you didn't catch us there and you don't know the spiel, you didn't fucking hear me say it on the top of the show, we put up clips on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at noon. Thursday there's the second one at 6 o'clock. Sometimes there's an extra one on Monday. And we put up the whole fucking show on Friday. And yeah, that's what I have to say, guys. So
until next time.
That was some shit we like.